Here in September, the Kansas City Royals traveled to Boston to take on the Red Sox at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox sent out the lefty, the Barnegat, New Jersey native Jay Groom, making his 29th start of the season. And in the top half of the first inning with one out, Brandon Crawford is going to bloop a ball into left field in front of Benintendi for a base knock. So he's on first. After that, it's Bonifacio. He comes to the plate, hits a ball off the very bottom of the monster and left. That's going to move up Crawford to third, and it's going to be a double for Bonifacio. So second and third with one out, as then Schimpf goes down swinging, and then after him it brings up Jorge Soler. He's first pitch swinging, and he's going to sky one up into shallow center field that Bogarts goes and gets, and it's still scoreless. On the hill for the Royals was Jake Junis, making his 29th start. He's 9-9 with a 3.98 ERA. And in the bottom half of the first, Bogarts is going to hit a ball past the diving glove of Duffy at third base for a base knock. Travis Jankowski, the former Royal, then comes to the plate, hits a ball down the right field line. It's going to bounce into the dirt and into the stands, as that's a ground rule double. So second and third with nobody out, as then Benintendi grounds out the second. Schimpf with a nice spinning throw, but the run does come in to score. JD Martinez does a similar thing, but he grounds out the shortstop. So it's a 2-0 lead for the Red Sox on two ground out RBIs. Onto the top of the third now, where Matt Duffy's hitting a rocket over the head of Bogarts into left center field. That's going to get into the gap, and it's an easy double for Duffy. So he's on second. Brandon Crawford then comes to the plate, hits a line drive right at Bogarts for the second out of the inning, and then Bonifacio would pop up into shallow center field, which Jankowski comes and sprints in to get, and it's still a 2-0 Red Sox lead. Top of the fourth now, Jorge Soler with a little check swing bunt sort of thing, and they first call him out, but after review they decide that he is safe. So he's on first base. After him it's Khalil Lee with one out. He's going to hit a ball past the diving glove of Abreu at first, and it's first and second for the Royals with one out. But then Pavin Smith goes down swinging, could not hold up on the down and away pitch. And then Audrey Perez comes to the plate, hits a line drive right back at Groom. It ricochets off him over to Nunez at second, and it's going to be an easy out for the Red Sox. Now onto the top of the fifth, where Duffy hits a chopper up the middle for a base knock, and he's on first with one out. After that, it's Crawford. He's going to hit a ball opposite way. It's going to land in front of Benintendi for a single, so back-to-back base knocks for the Royals. After that, with two outs, it's now Ryan Schimpf hitting a ball off the top of the monster and left, and that's going to score 2 runs. It is a 2 RBI double for Ryan Schimpf, and the Royals tie this one up here in the top of the fifth, but they weren't done there. Jorge Soler then comes to the plate, hits a ball past Devers at third. It'll get into the corner and left, and it's going to be an RBI single, and the Royals take a 3-2 lead. Bottom of the fifth now, and Junis runs into some trouble. He walks Swihart with one out, and then Nunez grounds over to third base. The only play is at first, so it's 2 down now with a runner on second. Christian Vasquez then grounds over to second, but it gets past the diving glove of Schimpf, so it's runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Bogarts then hits a double down the right field line. It's a ground rule double, so a run comes in to tie the game, and then Jankowski would come up and pop up to center field. So it's a 3-3 game. As we move on to the bottom of the sixth, where Andrew Benintendi hits a ball down the left field line. That's going to be an easy double for Benny Boyfriend, as he is on second base with one out now, as Devers comes to the plate, and he hits a ball into left field for a base knock. Benintendi does not test the arm of Bonifacio, so it's runners on the corners with one out, as then Swihart hits a ground to first base. Should have been a double play to get them out of the inning, but instead Smith's throw goes into left field. It's now first and third with one out still, and a run comes in. Red Sox take a 4-3 lead, but then Jose Abreu would ground into an inning-ending double play as they move on to the bottom of the seventh now with a 4-3 Red Sox lead. Eduardo Nunez would bloop one over the diving glove of Shimp, who tried to make the spectacular play, but he could not do it. But then Christian Vasquez hits an absolute moonshot over the monster in left. It's a 2-run shot, and the Red Sox extend their lead to 6-3. On to the top of the 8th now, where Ty Buttrey comes in for the Red Sox, and the first pitch he throws out of the bullpen, Jorge Soler takes a long way. That baby is gone. A solo shot for Soler. It is now a 2-run game. Score is 6-4. Khalil Lee then comes to the plate, hits a ball off the top of the monster. That's going to be an easy double for him, as he's in second base, and then after him would bring up Pavin Smith. He's going to hit a ball over to left field. It's going to be a line drive right to Benintendi. Lee stays at second base, but then a ball gets past Swihart, pitch to Perez, and it moves up Lee to third base. A runner on third with 1 out, and then Perez manages to hit a ball deep enough into right field for Lee to tag up from third and score, and it's now a 1-run game. Score is 6-5. They would take that score into the top of the 9th. Royals trying to tie this game up with 1 out. Brandon Crawford hits the ball off of Craig Kimbrell into right center field. It's going to be an easy double for him, so he's in scoring position with 1 out. Jorge Bonifacio then comes to the plate, hits a ball a long way into left field, but it dies out right at the wall. Benintendi puts it away, and Lee does not try to tag up, so it's a runner on second now with 2 outs, and then Ryan Schimpf would go down swinging on the drop third strike as the Red Sox sneak away with the win here in Fenway. They come out on top over the Kansas City Royals 6-5. Christian Vasquez gets player of the game honors for his 2-run shot that he hit in the bottom of the 7th off Brad Keller to extend their lead to 3 runs. The Royals tried to come back by scoring 2 in the 8th, but they just could not complete the comeback as the Red Sox squeak it out. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Kansas City Royals Baseball. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.